few brave souls who successfully avoided getting lost on their way to the restroom. I, Sena, your host, will guide you through this journey of intellect, wit, and probably a few dad jokes. Now, let's talk about our next speaker, shall we? Our guest is more than just a security guru. He's the maestro of gallantry, the superhero of interviews, and the sultan of clean thinking in management education. Brace yourselves as we invite the man who's been awarded not only once but twice by the President of India for being the James Bond in real life. He is not only the security advisor at the Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India, but he is also the superhero who has interviewed candidates more than you change your Wi-Fi's password. Well, if you've changed it more than 2,500 times, then yes. If Brooklyn Nine-Nine had a spin-off in India, he would be the star, solving cases faster than J.K. Navy and even talking to the suspects with the finesse of Captain Holt. He can do it all, and the list goes so on that even I couldn't memorize it. So, TEDx audience, get ready to laugh, learn, and even snort like a Santiago at our speaker's groundbreaking ideas. It's going to be a TED Talk worthy of a Jake Parajas. No doubt, no doubt. So please welcome the incredible Sir Brigadier Sanjay Agarwal.
Thank you, Kundan Vidya Mandir, TEDx team. It's an honor to be here. What is empowerment of youth? It is equipping you with the tools, resources, knowledge, skill sets, and mindsets. To do what? To become the best possible version of yourselves, and thereby help the society around you and beyond, help them improve. This is the ultimate aim. And how do we do it? Jointly, your elders and you yourself, with you having a major role. Get good education and skill development. Nurture your critical thinking skills and develop your decision-taking abilities. Encourage yourselves to be responsible for the consequences of the actions that we take. Remember, this is very important. You take an action, then be responsible for the consequences for that action. We need to encourage you all to believe in your abilities, to set realistic goals, and face the challenges that come your way with resilience and determination. Last fortnight, I was organizing and participating at the Bhopal Literature Festival. And there we had Megha Parmar, a young lady who has climbed Mount Everest. But the bigger Mount Everest, she is from a very poor background, small village in Madhya Pradesh. And she told the audience how that bigger Everest was climbed by her purely by her resilience and determination. An excellent example. To gather the money, the sponsorships, to be able to organize that expedition. Another example, Arunima Sena. She is the world's first amputee to have climbed Mount Everest. And every year when the civil services results come out, the UPSC results, you have a number of great stories of resilience and determination. Children from very humble backgrounds making it to become IAS and IPS officers. You see the startup world around you, and Ludhiana is famous for its hosiery, earlier its cycles, and even now, and there's a growing set of industries, and you have icons, the startup icons. Many of them have started from very humble backgrounds, faced a lot of hardships and route. So resilience and determination is critical. To empower yourselves, we also need to look after your social and emotional well-being, because that is essential to navigate the complexities of adolescence and early childhood. And further, we need to empower you by fostering an environment around you that is inclusive and it embraces diversity. As it is, India, which has the best of a diverse environment with all religions represented within, is an excellent example for becoming a global citizen. Empowerment would also involve developing a sense of advocacy and leadership abilities, empowering you to voice your opinions and champion the causes that you strongly believe in. For example, all of us have heard of Greta Thunberg, and she's very articulate on climate change and environmental issues. Young girl. And another example, maybe even better, Boyan Slats. 10 years ago, he was a young boy who not only spoke about the pollution in the oceans, he started an initiative, Clean the Ocean, crowdfunded resources and money, took out a ship and went into the oceans and actually made a significant, laudable effort to clean the oceans and push the plastic out of it. So he not only spoke, he did it. Excellent examples of sustainable development being promoted by the youth. And another one would be from my own family. My son was very against the plastic straws which come with the various drink bottles. This is about 15 years ago. And he would always advocate for bamboo straws. So in our house we had bamboo straws, later steel straws, and now he was very happy when the government of India said paper straws. So he still says paper is a good forward step, ultimately government must come to bamboo. And thereafter, the last thing I would talk about is gender equality is an important aspect of empowering our youth, and this is for both genders. Let me share with you that when we are talking of empowering our youth, there are two aspects to it. One, the role of your parents, teachers, mentors, elders, and the role of society. And the second, and in my opinion equally important, is your role. You as the youth of India, how do you empower yourselves? So, what is the problem there? The problem there is that we are all hungry to win. But how many of us are ready to do the hard work and sacrifice that is required to win? That is the question. So you think about, where do I want to be 5 years from now? How do I want my life to look 10 years from now? And what must I do now in the next 1 year, 6 months, 3 months? What must I do now to make that a reality? And most importantly, how do I do all that I need to do to make it all come together? And this is the crux of time management and energy management and activity management. So as you decide to move on this journey of becoming the best version of yourselves, you have to move out of your comfort zone into a fear zone. Remember when you started learning cycling or swimming or riding, there was a little bit of fear involved. And from that you started learning and you enjoyed it, and that's when growth started happening. And that is the cycle we need to do again and again. This is critical to develop a mindset for success in life. And I want to share with you that you need to focus on developing an attitude. Attitude determines altitude, how high you rise in life. Emotional intelligence fundamentally is self-awareness Am I aware of what my actions and behaviors are and their impact on the opposite party? And secondly, about them. How are they feeling about things? And the big daddy of this was Daniel Goleman. He wrote a book and its summaries and PDFs are available. It's an essential life skill. I would recommend that all of us get acquainted with it. And to empower ourselves even as adults, I encourage even adults to remain curious. And for young people, it's critical. Remain curious, gather knowledge, gather transferable skills, and in red, build your credibility with your peer group. This will help you in your later life. Deferred gratification. Do you want one chocolate today? Or are you ready to sacrifice that one chocolate, work hard for a week and get 3 chocolates? That is deferred gratification. Sacrificing something, some happiness today, working hard to get a much bigger happiness in the future, a very good quality. So you empower yourself further with long-term thinking by learning certain essential skills. And don't worry if your school has not taught them or your parents have not taught them. In the internet-enabled world, all of this, most of it, you can learn yourselves. And these things require no talent. I can't paint well, I'm not a good artist, my handwriting is not good, I don't look pretty enough, I'm not handsome enough. None of this is required, no talent, and yet you get these things by your own thinking and hard work, you'll do well in life. And the importance of thoughts. You are and you become what your thoughts are. The way your thoughts at the bottom of this iceberg, only 10% is visible of an iceberg, and that is the results. Take any celebrity, sports person, film star, anyone. You see the result. What is below the 90%? The way your thoughts, they determine your feelings and emotions. And they determine your actions and behaviors. And your actions and behaviors give you habit and personality. And cumulatively, they give you results. So remember, thought management and to some extent thought control are critical skills and they are learnable. Remember that you have a lot of potential. And ultimately what the world is interested in ultimately is your performance. So your performance is normally potential minus the distractions, minus the internal interference. Can I do it? Oh, this problem, that problem. Distractions. So the ideal is that you live up to your full potential, and that is what I call becoming the best possible version of yourselves. And with this, I want to tell you that you empower yourselves by making mistakes and learning from them. 1978, I learned parachuting. 1981 onwards, I learned skiing till I went for the nationals. But the first thing in both of these that my trainers taught me was how to fall, how to fail. Because in parachuting and skiing, if you fall wrongly, you will break more than a bone. It is very important for all of us to learn how to handle failure. It's a very powerful tool. Handling success has to be learned, handling failure is even more important. At the same time, be solution-oriented, not problem-oriented or excuse-oriented. When I spoke about time and energy management, remember the 3 screens which dominate your lives? The television screen, the laptop screen, and the mobile screen. Be very conscious of your allocation of time to these screens and what you are doing in that time. Is it a blessing, which it should be? Is it a boon, which it should be? Or is it a bane, Is it a problem? In many cases, it's a problem. So be careful on that. And therefore, also develop coping mechanisms to deal with stress, social stress. Please take out time to talk to a person when you are stressed. Turn to a person, not to a device. And please, not to social media. The previous speaker just gave you a lot on this. So Manisha, etc. have been telling you, this is critical. To turn to a person and not to a device. You must learn how to form deep, meaningful relations. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, they're all free. But remember, anything which is given to you free, you are giving your time free, you are the product they are manipulating and selling. Be very conscious of this hard fact. And finally, the importance of me time. The best ideas for those of you who will become scientists, writers, painters, artists, creativity, the best ideas come when you are peaceful. And how do you get peace? I will leave you with this thought. How do you get peace? By silence, solitude, and stillness. Silence, solitude, and stillness. And with this, I encourage you all to become thoroughly empowered to become the best possible version of yourselves. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.